Yo, if you're between 65 and 80 and can still pull off these 8 things, you're not just aging like a pro, you're a total rock star. Like, seriously, you're in rare territory, and your odds of hitting 100 are way better than you might think. Longevity ain't just about luck or what your DNA's got going on. It's about the little stuff you do every day, often without even clocking how important it is. A lot of folks think getting older means you're doomed to slow down and fall apart, but that's not the whole deal. Truth is, some people keep their strength, flexibility, and brain power way past what most expect. They're out here, moving smooth, staying sharp, and holding on to skills that a lot of their peers struggle with. These are the ones who don't just live longer, they live better. So let's break down these 8 key things that make you stand out. If you're still doing these, you're on the fast track to a long, healthy life. Some of these might catch you off guard, but every single one is a big deal when it comes to how long and how well you're going to live. Stick with me, because the last one's a game changer that most folks don't even think about. Sign 1. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. Alright, first up, one of the biggest clues you're aging like a champ isn't how fast you can hustle or how much weight you can throw around at the gym. It's way simpler. Can you pop up from a chair without grabbing onto anything? If you're still doing that with ease, that's a major sign your body's in solid shape, balance, muscle strength, the whole deal. It's one of the best ways to tell if you're going to stay independent as you get older. See, as we age, our muscles naturally take a hit, but how much they fade and how fast depends on how you're using them. Standing up from a chair using just your legs? That's proof your lower body's still got it. Strong legs, solid core, and killer balance. Think about the last time you got up from sitting. Did you just stand up like it was no big deal, or did you need to push off with your hands or lean way forward to get moving? A lot of people don't even notice they're losing strength until something small, like struggling to get out of a low chair, smacks them in the face. Take my man Harold, 77 years young. Dude was always active, but one day he realized standing up from his recliner wasn't as smooth as it used to be. He had to shove off with his hands to get up. At first, he was like, that's just what happens when you get old. But then his doc dropped some knowledge. Leg strength is a huge deal for keeping falls at bay. Falls, man, they're a big reason older folks end up in rough shape. So Harold started doing some basic exercises. Nothing crazy, just stuff to get his legs stronger. A few months later, boom, he's popping up like it's nothing, feeling stronger and way more confident. Why is this such a big deal? Your lower body strength is tied straight to your mobility and balance. Weak legs mean you're more likely to take a tumble, and falls are one of the top reasons older adults end up with serious injuries. If you're still rising from a chair without needing your hands, that's a sign your legs are still strong enough to carry you. Your balance is on point, and your coordination sharp. All of that screams longevity. And if you've noticed you do need your hands to push up, don't sweat it. Strength can come back at any age. Simple moves like squats, sitting down and standing up from a chair, or doing heel raises can rebuild that power. It's all about sticking with it. Small moves every day add up to big wins over time. So next time you stand up, pay attention to how it feels. If you're doing it like it's no biggie, that's a huge clue you're in better shape than you might think. It's a small thing, but it says a ton about your long-term health. Now let's dive deeper into why this matters so much. Your ability to stand up without assistance isn't just about leg strength. It's about how your whole body works together. Your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core all gotta fire in sync to make it happen. Plus, your brain's in on it too, coordinating balance and movement. If any part of that system starts slipping, you'll feel it when you try to stand. And here's the kicker. Keeping this ability sharp doesn't just help with chairs. It's about staying mobile for life's bigger moments, getting out of a car, stepping up onto a curb, or recovering if you trip. Harold's story shows it's never too late to turn things around. He didn't need a fancy gym or a personal trainer, just a little consistency with exercises he could do at home. Maybe he'd do 10 squats while brushing his teeth or practice standing up and sitting down during commercial breaks. Point is, those small efforts rebuilt his strength and gave him back his confidence. You can do the same. Try it out. Next time you're chilling in a chair, see if you can stand up without your hands. If you nail it, give yourself a mental high five. If it's tough, start small with some leg exercises and watch how fast you bounce back. Sign 2. You can walk at a brisk pace without getting winded. All right, next up, walking. But it's not just about if you can walk. It's about how fast you can go. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still cruise at a solid clip without huffing and puffing, you're in a league of your own. Walking speed is straight up linked to how long you're going to live. Studies back this up. Folks who keep a strong, steady pace tend to stick around longer and healthier. This ain't just about being fit. It's about your heart, lungs, muscles, and overall vibe all working together. Walking briskly shows your tickers pumping blood like a champ. Your lungs are delivering oxygen, and your muscles have the juice to keep you moving. Think about how you walk when you're out and about. You moving with purpose, or are you slowing down more than you used to? Do you gotta stop and catch your breath after a short stroll? A slower pace can creep up on you, and it's one of the first signs your health might be taking a hit. It's so gradual. A lot of folks don't even notice until it's a problem. Take William, 74. Dude was always active, but he started clocking that his walks were taking longer than they used to. At first, he thought he was just being careful, but then he noticed his breathing got heavy climbing a few stairs. That was his wake-up call. He started timing himself on short walks, making sure he could keep a steady pace without getting winded. Over time, he built back his stamina, got his confidence back, and felt like he shaved years off his age. Walking's more than just getting from point A to point B. It's a snapshot of your whole system. A strong, steady pace means your heart's working efficiently, your muscles are engaged, and your balance is solid. Plus, it's good for your brain, keeping your memory sharp and cutting the risk of cognitive decline. Want to see where you stand? Try this. Walk at your normal pace for about 10 feet, then kick it up a notch, like you're trying to catch an elevator before the doors close. If you can do that without feeling like you're gasping for air, that's a killer sign. If you're winded or wobbly, it's time to work on your endurance. Good news? You don't need to go full gym rat. Just take regular walks, stand tall, and push your pace a little each time. Even small boosts in speed can add years to your life. Let's break this down a bit more. Walking speed isn't just about your legs, it's a full body deal. Your heart's got to pump enough blood to fuel your muscles. Your lungs need to keep up with oxygen demands, and your brain's coordinating every step to keep you steady. When William started working on his pace, he didn't just walk faster. He focused on posture, taking deeper breaths, and swinging his arms to keep momentum. He'd pick a landmark, like a mailbox, and try to reach it a little quicker each day. Over weeks, those small efforts stacked up. He wasn't just walking better. He was feeling more energized, sleeping better, and even thinking clearer. You can do the same. Maybe start by walking to the end of your block a little faster each day, or take the long way to the mailbox. Point is, walking's a low-effort way to keep your whole body in check. If you're still cruising at a brisk pace with confidence, that's a dope sign your body's firing on all cylinders, and you're on the path to a long, healthy life. Sign 3. You can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Yo, balance is one of those things you don't think about till it starts slipping. But real talk, if you're between 65 and 80 and can stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without wobbling like a bobblehead, you're killing it. Studies show balance is straight up tied to how long you're going to live. Folks who keep it tight well into their later years tend to stick around longer and healthier. Good balance isn't just about not falling. It's a sign your nervous system, muscles, and reflexes are all vibing together. When you're balancing on one foot, your vision, inner ear, and proprioception, that's your body sense of where it's at in space, are all in sync. If any of those start fading, balance is the first thing to take a hit. Think about the last time you slipped on a sock while standing. Were you steady as a rock, or did you need to grab the wall? Small changes in balance can sneak up on you, and a lot of folks don't realize they're losing it until they stumble or almost eat it. Take Frank, 76. Dude was pretty active, but one day while getting dressed, he noticed balancing on one foot to pull on his pants was tougher than it used to be. He thought it was a one-off, but when he tried standing on one foot on purpose, he could barely last a few seconds without tipping. That lit a fire under him. He started working balance exercises into his routine, and in just a few weeks, he was steadier and way more confident moving around. Balance is a big deal because it's one of the best ways to predict if you're going to take a bad fall. Falls are a leading cause of injuries and hospital trips for older folks, so the better your balance, the lower your chances of a life-changing tumble. Want to test yourself? Stand near a counter or something sturdy you can grab if you need to. Lift one foot off the ground and see if you can hold it for 10 seconds. If you're chilling like it's nothing, that's a huge win. If you're wobbling, no stress. Balance is something you can work on. Try stuff like standing heel raises, side leg lifts, or just shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Do a little every day to keep your coordination on point. Keeping your balance sharp isn't just about staying steady. It's about keeping your independence for years to come. So next time you're brushing your teeth or waiting in line, try balancing on one foot for a few seconds. If you can do it no problem, that's a solid sign your body's aging like a boss. Let's dig into this a bit more. Balance is like the glue that holds your physical systems together. Your brain's constantly processing signals from your eyes, inner ear, and muscles to keep you upright. When Frank started working on his balance, he didn't just stand on one foot and call a day. He mixed it up, maybe holding onto a chair while lifting one leg or practicing stepping over small objects to mimic real-life scenarios. Over time, he noticed he wasn't just steadier. He was moving with more swagger, whether he was walking the dog or climbing stairs. You can do the same. Maybe try balancing while you're waiting for the microwave or standing on one leg while you're on a phone call. It's small stuff, but it adds up. And the payoff? You're not just avoiding falls. You're keeping your confidence and freedom to move how you want, when you want. Sign 4. You can get down on the floor and back up without help. All right, let's talk about getting low. One of the biggest signs you're aging like a champ isn't just about strength or stamina. It's about mobility. If you can still get down on the floor and pop back up without grabbing onto anything, you're way ahead of the game. This move is a straight-up reflection of your flexibility, muscle strength, coordination, and overall mobility. All the stuff that keeps you independent as you age. A lot of older folks start dodging the floor altogether because they're worried they won't get back up. But the second you stop doing certain moves, your body starts forgetting how to do them. Being able to lower yourself down and push back up means your legs, core, and upper body are still working together like a well-oiled machine, which gets rarer after 65. Think about the last time you dropped something on the floor. Did you hesitate before bending down to grab it? Were you cool getting all the way to the ground, or did it feel like a whole project? These little moments say a lot about your mobility. Take Joseph, 78. He never thought much about getting on the floor until his grandson wanted to play a board game down there. Joseph paused, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure he could get back up without a struggle. That was his light bulb moment. He started practicing slow, controlled moves, squatting, kneeling, pushing up with his legs instead of leaning on furniture. Over time, he was getting down and up like it was nothing, and he felt way more confident in his moves. Being able to get up from the floor without help is one of the strongest signs you're going to live a long, independent life. Research shows folks who struggle with this are more likely to hit mobility roadblocks down the line. Why? Because it's a sign of weak muscles, stiff joints, or shaky balance. But if you're still doing this move with ease, you're keeping it tight. Want to test yourself? Stand near a chair for safety. Then lower yourself to the floor slowly and see if you can get back up without grabbing anything. If you nail it, that's a huge flex. Your muscles and joints are still in the game. If it's tough, don't sweat it. You can build this back with daily stretches, strength moves, and practicing controlled squats or kneeling. Keeping this skill isn't just about convenience. It's about staying self-sufficient. If you ever need to grab something off the floor, tie your shoes, or catch yourself after a stumble, having the strength and coordination to bounce back is everything. So next time you skip the floor, ask yourself why. If you're still moving like that with ease, that's a big-time sign you're aging like a pro. Let's unpack this a little more. Getting down and up isn't just one move. It's a combo of flexibility, strength, and coordination. Your hips, knees, and ankles need to be loose enough to lower you down. Your core's got to stabilize you, and your legs need the power to push you back up. When Joseph started working on this, he didn't just practice getting to the floor. He mixed in stretches to keep his joints limber and did bodyweight squats to build leg strength. He'd practice kneeling on a yoga mat to make it easier on his knees, then work on standing up without using his hands. Over weeks, he wasn't just better at the floor thing. He was moving better overall, whether he was gardening or playing with his grandkids. You can do the same. Maybe start by practicing sitting on a low stool and standing up, or do some gentle yoga to loosen up. Point is, this skill keeps you ready for life's unexpected moments, like chasing a runaway pet or picking up a spilled grocery bag. If you're still rocking this move, you're setting yourself up for a long, active life. Sign 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. All right, let's talk strength, not the bench press a truck kind, but the everyday kind. If you can still haul a full grocery bag without breaking a sweat, you're doing way better than a lot of folks your age. Carrying stuff like it's no big deal is a solid sign of muscle strength, endurance, and functional fitness. All the stuff that keeps you living longer and stronger. A lot of people don't realize how key grip strength and upper body stamina are until they start fading. Carrying groceries, opening a tight jar, or lugging a suitcase isn't just about your arms. It's your shoulders, back, and core all pitching in. Studies even show grip strength is one of the best ways to predict how long you'll live. Folks with strong grips tend to keep kicking for longer, while those who struggle with basic lifting tasks often hit mobility snags and health dips. Think about the last time you brought in the groceries. Did you grab the bags and roll without thinking? Or did you need to pause and shift the weight to avoid straining? Do you ever catch yourself asking for help with stuff that used to be a breeze? These changes sneak up slow, and a lot of folks don't notice till it's a problem. Take Richard, 75. Dude was always Mr. Independent, but one day, after a grocery run, he realized carrying bags up his front steps was a struggle. The bags weren't heavier than usual. His body just wasn't as strong as it used to be. That was his cue to get to work. He started doing simple strength moves, focusing on his arms, shoulders, and grip. A few months later, he's hauling groceries like it's nothing. Plus, he's got more energy, and daily tasks don't wear him out anymore. Good news is, keeping your strength doesn't mean you gotta hit the gym like a bodybuilder. Small stuff like squeezing a stress ball to boost grip, lifting light hand weights, or doing countertop push-ups can go a long way. It's all about sticking with it. Just a few minutes of strength moves each day can keep your muscles from fading. Carrying groceries, lifting stuff around the house, and holding things with confidence isn't just about getting by. It's about staying independent. Strong muscles mean less fatigue, fewer injuries, and the ability to keep handling life on your own terms. So next time you grab a grocery bag, notice how it feels. If you're carrying it like a champ, that's a big sign your body's aging like a boss. Let's get into why this matters so much. Carrying a grocery bag sounds simple, but it's a full-body workout. Your grip strength keeps the bag from slipping, your arms and shoulders bear the load, and your core keeps you stable so you don't tip over. When Richard started rebuilding his strength, he didn't just focus on his arms, he worked his whole upper body. He'd carry light weights while walking around the house or practice lifting bags of canned goods to mimic grocery runs. Over time, he noticed he wasn't just stronger, he was less tired after chores, and even his posture got better. You can do the same. Maybe try carrying a backpack with a few books for a short walk, or do some bicep curls with soup cans. These little moves keep your muscles engaged and ready for whatever life throws at you, from hauling groceries to lifting grandkids. If you're still rocking this skill, you're on track for a long, active life. Sign 6. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs might seem like no big deal, but they're one of the realest tests of your endurance, heart health, and leg strength. If you can still climb a flight of stairs without pausing to catch your breath, you're doing way better than most folks your age. That's a straight-up sign you're built for longevity. Climbing stairs takes a combo of balance, muscle power, and cardio endurance. Your legs gotta push you up, your heart and lungs need to keep oxygen flowing, and your coordination's gotta be tight to keep your footing. If any of those systems start slipping, stairs get tough real quick. Think back to the last time you hit a staircase. Did you feel strong and steady, or were you huffing halfway up? A lot of folks don't realize their stamina's fading until they start dodging stairs altogether, picking elevators or escalators instead. But avoiding stairs just makes it worse. You lose more muscle and endurance over time. Take George, 73. He used to take stairs like it was nothing, but he started leaning toward elevators and avoiding buildings with too many steps. Didn't think much of it until he had to climb a short flight at a friend's house and was totally gassed by the top. That was his wake-up call. He started hitting the stairs whenever he could, starting slow and building up. In a few weeks, his legs were stronger, his breathing was better, and stairs didn't feel like a mountain anymore. Climbing stairs is a direct reflection of your heart health. Docs often use stair tests to check cardiovascular fitness. If you can climb a flight without feeling like you ran a marathon, your heart and lungs are still killing it, which is a huge sign of long-term health. Want to test yourself? Find a staircase with at least 10 steps, walk up at a steady pace, and see how you feel at the top. If you're good, no stopping, no gasping, that's a dope sign. If it's a struggle, no worries, you can build it back. Take the stairs more often, walk at a brisk pace, or do some leg-strengthening moves like step-ups on a curb. Keeping stairs in your game isn't just about strength. It's about staying independent. If you're still climbing with confidence, your heart's strong, your muscles are active, and your energy's high, all signs you're on track for a long, healthy life. Let's dig deeper. Stairs are like a mini stress test for your body. Your heart rate spikes to meet the demand. Your lungs work harder to supply oxygen, and your legs and core team up to keep you moving. When George started tackling stairs again, he didn't just charge up full speed. He took it slow, focusing on steady steps and deep breathing. He'd practice on a short flight at home, maybe 5 steps at a time, then work up to more. Over time, he wasn't just climbing better. He was walking longer distances and feeling less winded overall. You can do the same. Maybe start by taking one flight instead of the elevator, or practice stepping up and down on a single stair while holding a railing. These small moves build endurance and keep your heart and legs ready for action. If you're still handling stairs like a pro, you're setting yourself up for a long, active life. Sign 7. You can remember recent conversations and events clearly. All right, physical health's a big piece of the longevity puzzle, but your brain's just as clutch. If you can still recall recent chats, remember names, and stay sharp in your day-to-day, you've got one of the strongest signs you're in it for the long haul. Your memory and brain power don't just show how smart you are. They're a window into how healthy your brain, blood flow, and nervous system are. As we age, it's normal to have little brain farts, like losing your keys or blanking on a word. But there's a big difference between that and serious memory struggles. If you're still holding deep conversations, remembering what happened yesterday, and keeping track of daily tasks without breaking a sweat, you're in way better shape than a lot of folks your age. Think about your day. You struggling to remember what you ate for breakfast? Or can you easily pull up details from a convo you had yesterday? Are you still learning new stuff, solving problems, or focusing on tricky tasks? These little signs tell you a ton about your brain health. Take Paul, 79. Dude noticed his buddies were starting to lose their edge with memory, but he was still sharp as a tack. He could recall chats from weeks ago, crush crossword puzzles, and keep up with new tech. What he didn't realize was his habits, reading, staying social, keeping his brain busy, were keeping his mind strong. Your brain's like a muscle. You gotta use it to keep it in shape. Folks who read daily, play strategy games, learn new skills, or just chat it up with friends tend to keep their brain power longer than those who don't. Staying social's huge too. Isolation can speed up cognitive decline, but hanging with family, friends, or community groups keeps your mind sharp. Want to test your brain game? Try recalling what you ate for dinner 2 nights ago, or memorize a short list of words and repeat them back after a few minutes. If that's easy, your cognitive functions still fire. If it's tough, don't trip. There's tons of ways to keep your brain sharp. Reading, learning new stuff, staying social, even walking regularly can boost brain function and slow down decline. A sharp memory's not just about convenience, it's about quality of life. When your brain's on point, you can keep making your own calls, have real talks, and enjoy life to the max. If you're still recalling details and staying engaged, that's a huge sign you're built for longevity. Let's break this down more. Your brain's health depends on blood flow, oxygen, and keeping those neural connections firing. When Paul kept his mind sharp, he wasn't just doing puzzles. He was reading books that challenged him, debating with friends, and even learning how to use a smartphone app. Those little mental workouts kept his brain flexible and strong. You can do the same. Maybe try a new hobby, like painting or playing cards, or join a book club to keep your social and mental game tight. Even small stuff like doing a daily crossword or chatting with a neighbor adds up. The payoff? You're not just remembering stuff better. You're keeping your independence and enjoying life more. If you're still sharp as a tack, you're on track for a long, fulfilling life. Sign 8. You wake up feeling rested and ready to roll. Yo, one of the most underrated signs you're aging like a champ is how you sleep. If you're between 65 and 80 and still wake up feeling like you could take on the world, you've got a major edge. Good sleep's one of the biggest predictors of long-term health. It affects your heart, brain, immune system, and energy levels. As we get older, sleep patterns change. A lot of folks struggle to fall asleep, stay asleep, or they wake up too early feeling like they got hit by a truck. If you're still getting deep, quality sleep, waking up refreshed and ready to roll, that's a sign your body's running like a well-tuned engine, repairing itself at night like it's supposed to. Think about how you wake up. You bouncing out of bed, ready to tackle the day, or are you dragging, feeling groggy like you barely slept? A lot of people think bad sleep's just part of getting old, but that's not the full story. While some changes are normal, Constantly waking up exhausted can point to bigger issues like poor circulation, hormone imbalances, or even sleep apnea. Take Roger, 74. He used to sleep like a rock, but as he got older, he started waking up a bunch, feeling restless, and needing naps all day. He shrugged it off as just aging, but after making some tweaks, sticking to a regular bedtime, cutting screen time before bed, and setting up a chill nighttime routine, he was sleeping better, waking up with more pep, and feeling sharper all day. Sleep's not just about feeling rested. It's when your body repairs cells, keeps your brain sharp, and boosts your immune system. Folks who sleep well have lower risks of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. They also keep healthier weight and have steadier energy. Want to check your sleep game? Ask yourself, do you wake up naturally without an alarm? Fall asleep within 20 to 30 minutes of hitting the pillow? Feel alert and focused in the morning? If you're nodding yes, that's a huge win. If sleep's a struggle, don't brush it off. Simple changes like cutting afternoon caffeine, keeping a consistent bedtime, and making your bedroom cool and dark can make a big difference. A well-rested body's a strong body. When you sleep well, you're ready to move, think clear, and tackle the day with confidence. If you're still catching quality ZS, that's a massive sign you're built for a long, healthy life. Let's dive into why sleep's such a big deal. During sleep, your body's like a mechanic working overtime, repairing tissues, clearing out brain fog, and keeping your immune system locked and loaded. When Roger fixed his sleep, he didn't just change his bedtime. He made his bedroom a sleep sanctuary. No TV blaring, no phone scrolling, just a dark, quiet room. He started winding down with a book instead of Netflix, and it made a huge difference. You can do the same. Maybe try a warm tea before bed, or do some light stretches to relax. Even small tweaks, like keeping your room cooler or sticking to a schedule, can level up your sleep game. The payoff? You're not just waking up refreshed, you're keeping your heart healthy, your brain sharp, and your body ready for whatever's next. If you're still sleeping like a champ, you're on track for a long, vibrant life. Final thoughts. All right, let's wrap this up. Take a sec to think about how many of these 8 signs you're rocking. If you're nodding along, recognizing these skills in yourself, you're doing way better than you might realize. Keeping your strength, balance, endurance, brain power, and sleep game strong into your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just about good health. It's proof you're on track for a longer, more independent life. A lot of folks think aging means you're bound to fall apart, but that's not the whole story. Your body and mind can stay sharp and strong way past what most expect, and these signs are proof you're doing it right. If you're checking most of these boxes, your muscles are working like a charm, your heart's pumping strong, your brain's firing on all cylinders, and your energy's keeping you in the game. In other words, you're not just aging, you're thriving. And even if you noticed a couple spots where you're not quite there, it's never too late to level up. Strength can come back, endurance can grow, balance and memory can get sharper. Small, consistent moves make all the difference. Your body's got the ability to adapt at any age, so keep pushing yourself, stay active, and keep your mind engaged. So, how many of these signs are you vibing with? Which one hit home the hardest? Maybe it's the chair thing, or maybe it's the sleep game that's got you thinking. Whatever it is, the fact that you're even thinking about this stuff puts you ahead of the curve. Aging like a rock star isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in the game, making small tweaks, and keeping your independence. You've got this.